Hey, drifting sand exoticals. All right, I'm gonna answer the question: why does everyone hate the pretty girl when other insecure people could focus on themselves instead and become the pretty girl and benefit from pretty privilege? But they choose not to do that because there are some people that are so far gone and they've stacked this life of problems and traumas and experiences that they never dealt with at the time. So it all stacked on top of each other. And you, as a pretty girl, make them aware of their low status in society, that they are invisible, that no one looks at them, no one idolizes them, no one appreciates them. So instead, they channel their energy outwards and put this energy on you. And this is especially common with women. They're trying to compete. I mean, we see this in biology across all species. There's competition between sexes for mates, for resources. So with males across every species, we see that it's very clear, it's usually physical and directly verbal. But with women, it's more private and under the scenes. So it's not as obvious or as confrontational and clear as competition between men. This is, of course, in order to protect the woman's body, the woman's beauty, the woman's status. And health. So there is status in almost every social species. And in humans as well. So instead humans have brains that allow them to think and analyze their actions and not make instant, unconscious actions. So people instead become aware of their lower status and that they are always overlooked and never cared about by society, that they don't get special treatment and you do, that you shouldn't have this, that you don't deserve this because they don't have this also, and it's not fair. It wakes them up to the reality that society is not fair and they have not put in the work to try to raise their status. And instead, they built all these traumas and problems for themselves that now it's like they're in a deep hole and they can't climb their way to the top. So instead, they want to keep digging the hole farther. They go after what you do, what you have, and attack you, and because they see that you're a higher status than them, and they believe by lowering your status, by trying to lower it, it will raise their own status up. But of course, this doesn't work. It's also because people that hate on pretty girls view themselves as a victim. They're a victim of the world, victim of society, victim of their parents, victim of their upbringing. And then they have all these problems, of course, and when they look at you, they think that she has no problems. They feel that the world revolves around that. And they are the only one in comparison to you. And they idolize you so much that they believe that you are in some ways like a god, that you are perfect, that nothing happens to you, nothing bad happens to you, your life is easy, there's no problems. And they try to sabotage you. They try to sabotage your position in society. This can look like gossiping. It can look like spreading fake stories about you. Sometimes they'll also accuse you of doing what they would do in your position. So they may accuse you of manipulating people, because if they were in your position, they would manipulate people. And they want to sabotage what they believe you're given freely. And they, at the end of the day, they know that that being beautiful takes work, but they're not willing to invest the time into themselves, or they don't know if they can even be beautiful. So they feel that they have to work for anything they get, whether it be in work or relationships, and they never get special treatment, like you. So then they want to cause problems for you as they have problems themselves. The rage that they feel that you have no difficulties in your life pushes them to want to be the difficulty in your life. I mean, have you ever been accused, for example, of using a man because a man gives you things freely? You know, it's bare minimum, by insecure or leveled down women, and they accuse you of manipulating him because they have never gotten anything from a man freely. And if they were in your position, they would be manipulating the man to get what you got. Even if they were in the same position of you, they could not manipulate the man to give them what he gave you. I've been accused of using men for money. This is another, and then another tactic is women socially isolating you. So they make up stories, spread lies about you, accuse you of things that they wish you could do, and then they'll try to put everyone against you. Everyone in a group, maybe your mutual friends, and it's because they don't want anyone on your side, because they feel that the world is on your side and they have no one on their side. They feel isolated, they feel invisible even. Personally, there was a girl that tried to get everyone in our mutual friend group on her side against me, and to believe fake ideas that I'm using a man for the bare minimum, like just that he let this fake idea of your life and who you are in their head, even though they barely know you. It's actually so incredibly sad, because these women don't get anything and have nothing in their lives. And even some people, from personal experience, have friends loyal to them because of money, not even because they just believe them or they're loyal to them. They use money or work to control their friends and not allow their friends to have free will to choose what side they're on. They want to control them. They want to control their view of you because they can't control you. And they don't want other people to have any other opinion of you but their own opinion. They need to have this control. Instead of focusing on themselves, they focus on making everyone else view you lower in order to raise them higher. And they just put so much attention towards you. They focus on everything that you do, what you buy at the store, what products you buy. They want to know everything that you're doing. What is your relationship status? How are things between you and your boyfriend? Try to get in between you two. They feel upset when they hear about the things that you get and they were never able to get. So they consciously try to find out everything about you, and then at the same token, they don't take it as any inspiration. They then use it to feel rage against you that they don't have what you have. Maybe they're jealous of the things that you buy, that you can go out to restaurants and cafes freely, and they have to limit themselves. They can't do the same. They use these things to fuel their anger and rage against you. People hate pretty women because it reminds them of their own failures and where they are at in their life, and they can't handle it. From the outside, your life is perfect and you get everything without doing any work. They can't accept it, so they try to take it and remove it from you. They try to stress you out. They try to dysregulate your nervous system because they want you to stop taking care of yourself. Then if you stop focusing on yourself and you get so involved in drama and stress, you no longer have any energy to put into yourself anymore. And they don't want you to maintain your beauty. They want to make you feel how they feel. They want to put their feelings onto you. They want you to feel that you are invisible, that you are unprotected, that you are alone, that you are ugly or low in society like them, that you don't get anything you want. So they want to take away what you have so you can feel how they feel, because they truly are envious of you. Honestly, I never understood the concept of envy until my boyfriend explained it, because I've never once felt this way in my life. Jealousy, of course. I've always thought, if I see something I want, I want it. But envy is when someone wants what you have and at the same time doesn't believe you deserve what you have and that you shouldn't have it. And honestly, many cultures believe in evil eye and that it can protect you, that it can affect you negatively and cause bad things to happen in your life. But this also can affect you negatively. thinking that you have no control. If people envy you, it also can bring bad events to yourself. And many people get really wrapped up in this energy and don't take risks and limit themselves. As well, many women, pretty women, when all these things happen to them, they don't know how to handle it. Maybe you weren't pretty all your life and it was only after adulthood or after you were a teenager that you dealt with these things. So you have no idea what is going on. Why? Because personally, I never felt it. I never picked up on it. If someone has what I want, I feel inspired by it, and that I want it. That if they can have this thing, I can also have this thing. And remember, no one, absolutely no one, attacks someone that is below them. Someone that is doing better than you in any way is never going to go and attack you. They don't have the time for it. They're focused on themselves, and that's why they're above. If we view it societally. And as well, when someone is above, they can't. Societally, they can't attack someone that is below them, because then they look like the bad guy. You look like you're kicking someone down when they're hurt. If someone comments on tries to attack your appearance, it's fine. But if you try to attack their appearance, you'll be seen as the devil, because everyone already views them as lower than you. So people purposely, insecure women, men purposely try to bait the pretty girl. They want to, or anyone that's above in status, they want to provoke the person, because they know that they can attack you, but you can't attack them. And if you do, it will lower your status in society, because you already have the halo effect, that you're a good person, you have good qualities, and if you take the bait and attack them back, even if it's the same, if you say the exact same thing back to them that they said to you, your status could go down, your personality status, and how you're looked upon. And then the view that they were trying to push down everyone's throat about you seems to be true. So they call you names, they call you this, that, and the third. But if you were ever to go back and call themselves something, they couldn't handle it. They might attack you. They might cry in public, then they make themselves the victim, and everyone will see them that way because they're lower in society and you're above them. So it's your responsibility then, it's put on you that you have to act better than them. They want you to feel scared and insecure like they do. And people don't realize how far it can actually go. People don't realize mentally ill, insecure people can actually go so far, because these people have become mentally ill because of the problems that they accumulated in their life and never dealt with. And honestly, they just can't even step to you, really. They know that they can't speak. So they'll try to use every flaw. They'll hyperfixate on what they perceive your flaws to be and use it. And they're threatened. Even if you think older women, usually I see older women because the girl has what this woman used to have. the privilege in society and they let themselves go, or in general, they just never had it. They were invisible their entire lives. So youth is a very big target. Having youth makes you a very good target for people that are older than you. If you're thinner than them, they also will be jealous of this. And honestly, weight is also a huge target for the vast majority of people because it's a big insecurity across the world, and many people never achieve the body that they want. They never put the effort in. So instead, they just compare themselves without seeing the work that you put in. Because again, they view you as a god, like as a god or a goddess. And personally, I find it's way more vicious with women because even if a man can't get you, there's still there's still things that he can build in himself to get you. But another woman, it's impossible for her to be you. So even if they try, they could never be like you. There's too many problems to fix. So instead, they do their best to ruin your reputation. They feel that they'll be forgotten. They're so unimportant. Their goal is that hopefully you can also have them live rent-free in their heads. So at least they can be important. At least they can make some kind of impact because their beauty, their appearance, what they have achieved, even their personality is so replaceable and is easily forgotten. They're projecting their feelings onto you. For example, there was some woman, insecure and leveled down woman, that was accusing me of using my partner's internet and staying and using his place, even though I had my own place. It's because they would love to have a man give them free access to their place. Like, this is a prize for them. This is their dream. It's not for you, it's the bare minimum. But it's a prize for a man to allow you to freely roam in his place if you're dating. But it's the fact that she probably never had this experience in her life, never dates. And of course, this woman is double my age, bigger than me, and for the most part looks like a man, to be honest. So right there's just so many threats. Like, you don't realize, if you see your haters like list what they could be jealous of, you'll see that it's pages and pages of everything that they could be jealous of. And as I said before, beauty and youth, it's especially common amongst older women. Like, they're insecure about their age, constantly complaining about their age, not wanting to share their age because they're ashamed. And youth is just so threatening to so many people because this, again, along the same tactic of women being more aggressive and threatening than men sometimes, is that youth is completely unachievable. Someone that is older cannot, no matter how hard they try, have their youth back. And also they probably feel that they wasted their youth as well, being leveled down, not focusing on themselves and making more problems for themselves, not building more privileges for themselves. Even your body shape can be extremely threatening. Because this is also somewhat unachievable as well, but not as much as age or youth. Your ethnicity, so maybe you're mixed. This channel is for the worldwide Latina belt, so white women will be jealous, can be jealous that of your mixture. They also can be jealous as well of your extra societal privilege, that you can be in one society and be in the next society and flip and have privileges in both when they can't even have privilege in one society. And no matter how hard they try, they can never look like you. It's such a privilege to be from multiple places. But even you think about passport privilege, you may have citizenship to 2 or more countries. All these things for most are completely unachievable. So instead, they attack you. They'll attack that you are stupid. They'll attack your personality. They'll call you paranoid. No one understands how far rage and mental illness of an insecure, leveled down person, how far it can go. So I had a mutual friend, me and my boyfriend, and this woman that knew him before me damaged the property outside, the outside property of my place, of my boyfriend's place, because she didn't want me in the property. She couldn't handle that I got to live with my boyfriend, that I got a place to stay. I have a man that provides for me as they should. Like, they've never been protected or provided for their entire life. So bare minimum things from a man they want to take from you. Because she's jealous and a pick-me. She wants to be picked by the man that's with me. Also, most of the time it's caused from their childhood trauma. Because, of course, being beautiful even affects you in childhood. People putting all these positive qualities on you because you are pretty or attractive. But on the opposite hand, if you think about being an ugly child, if they're ugly their whole lives, so before they weren't even chosen in childhood as well. They're not chosen. They keep stacking trauma, stacking problems, never dealing with any of them, so it begins with them never being chosen. Their parents don't care that much about them. They're invisible when they're children all the way through adulthood, and they never deal with it. And because, think about it, maybe it's 40, 50, 60 years of living this way, and they can't change it. Of course they could, if they wanted to, if they were dedicated, but it just seems too hard, and as well, they don't value themselves to put work into themselves. It's something they've never done, so it's likely that they'll stay at the bottom for the rest of their lives and never will. They've accepted this reality that it'll never be. They'll never be valued in society. They'll always feel invisible. There's nothing that they can do about it. They've accepted the victim mentality, that they have no control and they don't get picked. It's like when you're in school and have a game with two teams, and it's like everyone go back and forth between who is picked onto each person's team, and it's like the last kid there that no one picked is just pushed onto the team, but they weren't even picked the whole time. No one wanted them on their team. So to go through this feeling your whole life and to never do anything about it, obviously it causes a lot of and to never handle it, it causes a lot of psychological problems. I think it's called attention bias. And honestly, personally as well, I deal with this. I struggle with this. So it's where people prioritize certain things while ignoring others. Generally, it's influenced by emotions. So, for example, maybe I have a bigger problem in my life, and instead I focus maybe on cleaning. Sometimes if I feel out of control, I clean. And it helps. So, but instead, because on the opposite hand, someone that's leveled down will, instead of focusing on how they can level themselves up or take care of themselves, they focus all their intention on you. And the biggest point from this all is you just can't let them deregulate you and make you become like them. Don't focus your attention on everyone else, or anyone else, even if someone's doing awful things to you. Personally, I let it get it to me. I didn't always have pretty privilege, so I really wasn't sure how to manage it, because it's not something I was socialized to deal with for most of my life. It's not a core value in my family. So when this happens, it's hard. Many pretty girls as well are people pleasers. But the problem is you just can't be, because everyone will always have their opinion of you. Some people will have a hateful opinion and focus their energy and rage towards you. Remember, you're seen as a god. Therefore, people are going to want to attack you. They can't be God on earth, of course. And especially when you haven't dealt with it, maybe you only gain pretty privilege after a certain time, after you worked on yourself, and you don't realize why all these people hate you. So the point is, maybe you're used to being nice and trying to be agreeable and making everyone comfortable, but if you're pretty and you have different privileges in society that some were given, some you were born with, and some you worked for, you are a target for jealous and envious people. You need to protect your energy and not get involved. Protect yourself. Get away from people like this. Build a support system. Make more friends. I know it's hard sometimes as a pretty girl to make friends, because there are many jealous people. Get out of your circle. go somewhere new. And people will always still be on your side. You shouldn't, and as well, you shouldn't have to convince anyone to be on your side. And of course, if you have other pretty and smart friends, they can see what is happening very clearly as well. It's always better to know anyway, to stay away from someone than for the other person to hide it, at least. But not everyone is so obvious. So you really develop, if you gain pretty privilege, you really have to develop your skill at reading people's energy. And as time goes on and you deal with it more, you'll be more accustomed to it. You can shut things down before anything happens, before any extreme situations happen, because you've seen it before. So focus on yourself. Focus on the things you can control. Even use the people that hate you and try to bring you down as motivation, because these people would love to see you fail. So build yourself up. Obviously, you're important to all these people. People are hating on you and thinking about you all the time because your life and everything about you, how you look, your name, everything you have, is something other people want. And so focus on surrounding yourself with good people. Or even if you're isolated, you can use the internet at least now. But focus on finding people that are also building themselves up. Because even if you find yourself in a group where everyone is envious and jealous and competing with each other, but still on the bottom, and you're never going to get anywhere. It's like the saying, if you put one good tomato in a bowl of rotten tomatoes, the one good tomato will become rotten as well. If you have a bowl of all good tomatoes and you put one bad tomato in it, all the tomatoes will become bad as well. So, focus on your hobbies, focus on your health, focus on what's important to you, figure out what's important to you. Focus on having different experiences that you want to do, you want to have, and protect your energy. All right. If any of you have any other reasons or points why people hate pretty women, pretty girls, why people have hated you in the past, or what they've done to you in the past, and how extreme it can become, let me know in the comments. Stay safe and protect your energy, ladies, please.